Okay, so this is the next day. And yesterday I recorded an intro. And I'm going to play that intro anyway because, I mean, it will all make sense in a minute. But I want to say this as an intro, is that this video will escalate in something that is supposed to be nice and tranquil and, you know, still and peaceful and simplistic, and then escalated into coffee, which I am on now. The best coffee that I've had today, but it is still early, so I have ample opportunity to have more of that coffee. I'm just not driving back to the shop that I just got it from. It's just too far. So in this video, now let me play you the other intro and you decide which one is the best. So comment below which one is the best. Oh, this is good. This is real good. Just want to take a turn. Hey, what's up? So I have a bit of a problem. Most of the YouTube video clips that I watch on how to make YouTube videos, they start with introduction, and then all of them tell you that your introduction should be really short and you should tell your viewer, which is you guys, on what you're about to do, what you guys are about to see, and then you should go to B-roll and, you know, sort of get a bit of time there, and then you should actually go to your video so that you can reach a certain time. So eventually, when I've got more than, I think I might have 40 viewers now, maybe 50, I don't know, I'll check. Eventually, that you get some time so that you can, I don't know how that works, but that you can make money off it. But the problem is that, like most of my videos that I've shot now, is when I do an introduction like that, so when I go, guys, what you're about to see is this, you're about to see me photographing a scene that has been photographed before, and then I am going to photograph it two times, and I'm going to shoot it now, which is at sunset, and then tomorrow, which is at sunrise. And in the specific scene, by the way, there's only, I think, 3 or 4 ways or angles to shoot it. But then you can see the difference, and that's going to be exciting, and I'll experiment with shutter speeds, and that's going to be exciting, and then go to my B-roll. But I might fail, though. I might fail now, this evening, and I might fail tomorrow morning. And what does that mean? Does that mean I should post the fact that I maybe missed a shot, or should I post just lie and edit it out that I made the promise of getting 2 shots or 3 shots or 4 shots, or whatever the case may be, or I don't know what I should do. And in this case, the B-roll is, there's not much to it. I think I might be able to do a time lapse of this area, but I'm going to park my car and then maybe walk 25 meters to the area that I need to be in. So here's the B-roll. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Arrived on site. The parking is over there somewhere, and I'm here. So I'm going to stand on this wall over here, and then I'm going to shoot down to the subject. When I said I just arrived at the site, I am lying. I arrived a couple of minutes earlier, just took a walk around, and I'm going to use a 35mm lens. For no other reason, is because I have it, and it is not the best lens in the world. I recently got it, and it was cheap, and I have it, so that's the lens that I'm going to use. And I think there's a building, and I'll show you the composition now. Let me flip you around and show you. But this is what I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot that thing over there. So it's going to be a simple shot in that thing in the middle. I'm not going to throw it to a side. I don't think the composition works really well with that. But next to it, there's that building, which I don't want in the shot. So the 35mm works perfectly so that I can get some of that clouds in. And there's a cloud moving in from that side, which would be ideal because the sun is going to set somewhere over there, and it's going to throw some side light onto this thing over here, the broken jetty, and then obviously do the light up some of those clouds. So it's very simple. If I do have time to show you what I'm going to do, because I'm thinking that I might be running around, because I do want to get 2 shots tonight and then 2 shots tomorrow so that we can compare them. It might not be in the exact same position, but I think the composition would sort of be okay. I'm going to try and set my tripod on the same height for both shots so that I can take them on the same height for both shots tomorrow. So I think it's very simple. I'm going to say this now and then I'll say it a bit later again, hopefully, if I don't mess this up. But what I want to do is I want to set my camera at a aperture of f8. So if you are a beginner photographer, set your camera to manual. Make sure if your camera can shoot in RAW, Google it, and then set your camera to RAW. It just makes life a lot easier afterwards if your white balancing was off, or you just want to find slightly overexposed, whatever the case may be, that you can edit it. There's a lot more detail in the RAW files. So I'm going to shoot at the aperture of f8, and then I'm going to shoot at an ISO of 100, and then I'm going to play around with shutter speeds. I really like that you can see some movement. I don't want to smooth out the water completely. There is not a lot of waves, so it might actually look better if I smooth it out completely, but I would want to see some texture in the sand and in the water. So let's see how that turns out. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so the sun is about to set. What I'm going to do is, I'll show you in a second. I will. I'm still undecided on aperture. I have decided that I'm not going to use the 35mm lens because it's not wide enough. Let me show you, and I'm sort of standing on this thing here, and the tripod is just on the edge of this thing, and that means that the 35mm, I have to be a bit, look at that sun though, that sky, I have to be on the edge. So that's my composition. It's very, very straightforward. The boardwalk jetty pier broken thing is in the middle of the image, and I'm going to start shooting. I will throw it on the screen if it's any good. Cheers. This image was 2 images, in fact, so I cheated a bit. So when I was able to take the longer exposure, the clouds wasn't there anymore. So I took an image that I took a couple of minutes earlier of just the clouds and combined it with a smoothed out water. So it's a bit of a cheat, but hey, it came out all right. So what I did was I focused on the bar in the middle because it had a lot of texture, and I did it with my second image. And if you bear with me, you'll see the second image, and if you want to skip to the last and do a comparison of the two, you can just skip right ahead. But it would be appreciated if you watch the video. Okay, so I'm at the scene. There's no clouds in the sky, and that's cool. I'm not going to be too bothered about that. There is some clouds in the distance, but I'm not going to be able to capture that. I'm just continuing to shoot because I think this area just before sunrise, the sun is rising now, is I think the best to to shoot this because the water is a cool color. I think I might convert this to black and white, but I'll show you the color images because I want to show you the difference between sunrise and sunset. Put your camera on the tripod, do manual focus on what area you want to stand out. There's some nice, in this one there is some nice textures in the beam right there, so put it on manual mode, focus on that. I'm at an aperture of f11. I'm now at a shutter speed of 1.5 seconds. I started off at 3 seconds, but every shot that I take, the shutter speed changes because the sun is coming up very quickly now. I do want to get some movement in the water, so I'm hoping that will happen soon. And delayed timer, delayed or a cable release, that will help you tremendously. There's one cloud peeking in from the side that I might, even though I do want clouds, I might clone that out because it is gonna make it look awkward, unbalanced. There's some beautiful light in the sky, so let me fly to those images in a sec. So I think this image just might be my favorite, but I'm still undecided. I have said it, but I know that this area, or not know, I think that this area is at its best when it is just before sunrise. You can do a long exposure, and if there's clouds in the sky, it might even look better. It was shot at a aperture of f8 and with a 24mm lens on it, so it's nice and wide, and I could still with that wide lens exclude the building that was located on my left. This is my second favorite regularly available. I cannot pronounce that English word. This is my second favorite coffee in South Africa that is available sort of on the drop of a hat. Regularly. The other word that I cannot say in English is vocabulary. They are very similar. So now I have two words. I didn't know that about myself, so this is something that you have now learned with me. On a different note, but on the same note, coffee is a really good substance to use when you vlog. I guess, and this is sort of on the top of my head, I guess that's why most of the people that I follow on YouTube or are subscribed to are drinking coffee, because all of a sudden your voice changes and you are in such a good mood and you just want to film every single thing out there. And you want to speak about every single thing out there, about politics, about coffee, about new camera gear, and about I don't know. I don't watch news that much, so I don't know what's going on there. But you want to speak about the news also, even though you don't know. And they use, these people that vlog use like loads of words, and they throw in subscribe to the channel a whole lot because they can say that because they're in coffee, and they honestly don't say whatever they want because coffee. Oh, this is good coffee. Second favorite. First favorite. Did I mention that it was Seattle? It's not sponsored by Seattle, but my first favorite regularly available coffee is Seattle Coffee Company. This company, which is Vita, they used to be my favorite, but now they're not. And this is the first cup that I have had of them in a bit, and now it's the best cup because it's the cup that's in my hand. It's my favorite cup. It's the one that I have now. But normally I would just buy Seattle because they are great, and I think Vita missed it, and Seattle are making cool coffee. But now my favorite is this one. So thank you, Vita, and thank you. It's not gonna get to Vita at all. I know this, but I don't care. I don't care. I have coffee. You know what would be better than this cup of coffee? Another cup of coffee. That would be better. Way better than this cup of coffee. Regularly. I initially thought this video is going to be like 5 seconds, and I'm going to show you a shot of one thing and then show you a shot of the same thing. How stupid was that idea? I'm drinking coffee and I'm thinking like I have 5 million ideas in my head right now, and it's not. That smells terrible. That wasn't me, by the way. That was. This area stinks. Wow. Regularly. And this is not even a regular. This is not. So I guess the word is regularly. This is not even a regular. Another word. Regular. This is not even a normal cup. This is like a grande cup, which makes it great. Mix it. I don't care. I don't care that I cannot speak. I don't care what you got. I do care what you think because I want subscribers. So subscribe to this channel, and maybe I'll have coffee again because I don't care. You know what gets me going? This cup is the perfect temperature. What gets me going is when I buy coffee and I have to drive like 4 hours before I can drink it because it burns my tongue. And then after 4 hours, I cannot taste the coffee because my tongue is swollen. Why do you want to make coffee that burns your mouth that much? Like it's like acid. So when you make coffee, make it like this. You can drink it. You can drink it immediately. So do that regularly. I'm going to irritate you now. So I'm going to sign off. Oh, goodness, coffee is good. Thank you for the guys that have subscribed. Thank you for those that are busy subscribing. If I irritated you with the coffee part, subscribe anyway. I'm going to have coffee and I'm not going to film while I drink coffee because who wants to watch that stuff? Who wants to watch that? You don't want to watch that. So subscribe, like, comment. That would be great. I definitely know that there's an increase of the volume of my voice. So I have to tune that a bit lower. And for those guys that are making YouTube video clips on DaVinci Resolve, big ups to you. I still have no idea how to make videos, but thank you for helping me trying to put together stuff like that. Thank you for coffee companies that decide to open up early, like 4. Thank you for you guys that are watching this and that have come to this point. It's slightly depressing. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Now, I don't know which of these two images I like more. The golden sunset image with more clouds visible, or the, let's call it blue hour image with no visible clouds. So you decide. If you could comment below which one you like best, that would be kind of cool, so that I know. And between Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, I will then decide which one I'm going to print. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I think I have said subscribed a lot, and if you didn't like my coffee rant, I don't think that might happen in the near foreseeable future. But go out, shoot again, and shoot some more.